pretty much all the gym work we do is for performance rather than for visual.
Buff.
Visual, yeah. Looking good. Do you remember we had a left full-back called Alioski?
Yes.
Yeah, absolute bonkers. Like, the person who you love him on your team, but if he was against you, you'd hate it. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, but he's hilarious, very funny in the change room, and just like a really good guy. But one day he had like a knock or something, or got hurt in the game, and the next day he came in. As he walked into the physio room, he was just in his own clothes and tracksuit. Everyone was like, "There's like a funny smell." I'm like, what is that? And he took his tracksuit bottoms off to get to, like, for the physios to see where he was sore. He had onion mashed up and strapped to him.
My friend's wife did that to my friend. She's from South America.
Really?
She put plastic bags on his feet. He had hurt his ankle, and there was slices of onion in it.
Yeah. So I think it's a thing.
It's a mental thing. It's an absolutely, why are you doing that thing? Surely.
Yeah. So imagine.
But maybe a professional footballer maybe needs to talk to the medical staff more than he is.
Do you know what? It worked for Alioski. He was fine. Like, after he did it for like 2 nights on the bounce, and he was all right.
No, but your legs stink.
Yeah.
Try gherkins. Have you ever done the running in the swimming pool one?
Yeah. So I've used the underwater treadmill.
Underwater treadmill. That's what I meant.
Yeah. We had it at when I was at Chelsea. They had one. To be fair, I've not seen one anywhere else I've been.
Yeah, right. They probably have one at Spurs and maybe Man City.
But we have a general pool. You just sometimes that's another way.
You just
of
run,
like,
can't you?
Run in the shallow end. Yeah, it just takes a bit of the body weight off.
I do like the idea. I don't mind using it. I'd have a go on it, but I'm not like they had. Whenever I've seen people on them, there's always like a video of the person on them, and they're always in really good nick.
Yeah.
So as long as no one videoed me using it, I'd love to have a go. I just don't want to see the horrible reality of what.
And there's multiple cameras as well under there, looking from all different angles.
So as all those can be turned off, I'd love to have a go, because I just don't want to see my comparison, because I've seen Ronaldo on one, and I do not. It's like a before and after picture, wouldn't it? Absolute disgusting human using it. They'd probably wash out the water after I'd had a go. I've got one question. I was meant to be about injuries and fitness, but we've only talked about injuries. I'll ask one question that I wanted to ask about fitness. I've got a few, but could you, what would the feeling be with a club if you decided you just wanted to get really buff, just to look buff? What would go down if you were, say, this this summer you just got buff and you came back looking a bit like Arnie? What was the club's? I take it you can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all the gym work we do is for performance rather than for visual.
Buff.
Visual, yeah. Looking good. I mean, actually, looking good is kind of a side effect to most of it.
Yeah, I hate you for that bit. Your job gives you
chiselness. There is benefits to it, but I feel like if you went completely in terms of to one end of the scale and tried to really like bulk up and become like Arnie, right, they're going to be like, "What have you done?" Because you can't play football like that. So, yeah, I feel like you'd get a few questions asked and maybe dragged into a room for a meeting.
They wouldn't be able to drag you in. You'd be too strong.